Hey there, welcome. It is now the end of week 31, and I and Gracie and Tigra have had a week. We have had a week here. We had a very exciting week. So let's give you the countdown to what happened. Let's see. Um, Sunday, last Sunday, it was raining so darn hard that Tori, my new landscape land visionary woman, and I decided that she would wait until Monday to come here. She was originally going to come here on Sunday and set up her tent and get going. And we decided, given what the weather forecast looked like, which looked like 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, right, like that, that she would wait until Monday. So lo and behold, Sunday, it really did not rain that much. and, uh, and Monday, she did show up and it rained. Yeah. Well, it rained and then she showed up and then it rained some more. So Monday was a bit of a good luck factor for her, getting her tent all set up and getting herself ready to be able to start work. And then we had a bit of a repeat of that throughout the week. It was really like raining, and not like, little tiny drizzle raining. It would pour for hours and then it would stop for a little bit and then it would pour for hours and then it would stop for a little bit. That was what the week looked like. But there was a day, and Tori did some stuff. She got my shelving up in the shipping storage container, and then there was some pieces that need to be sawed off. It was 20 feet. It was like 20 feet long, these boards, 8 wide, 2 inches thick. She somehow managed to get those all up on the wall in the holders where they belonged. And then there was a decision about, okay, do we cut them down on each side? Do we slide them all down and make one solid cut so that we save as much wood as possible? So there was decisions to make about that, but she got that done. She did get her tent set up. She started working on some other stuff. And then I believe, was it Wednesday or Thursday? I believe Thursday was the big day. Thursday, she walked out there into those woods with chainsaws and, longer chainsaws to get limbs cut down and ropes to secure things. And I look out, I'm working, of course, I'm on the phone, and I look out and I see her out there running around, and I see things flying, like branches flying, tree limbs flying. She is going to town. Now, the dealio here is that we are only cutting down dead things. So, dead trees, dead limbs, damaged dead limbs that have no chance of coming back. Since this land had never been touched, never been lived on, you can only imagine, like, well, what's been out there probably since the point in time that the original inhabitants here, the original indigenous inhabitants of this part of Turtle Island were here. Kind of like that. So lots and lots of dead stuff. And just in the 3 years that I have owned the property and, come back and forth until I could live here, and since I've been living here, there's been a couple of hurricanes, lots of heavy winds, lots of storming, more more trees down and damaged. So Tori really has her work cut out for her to clean this up. But there she went, away at it. And as I finally got up to see what she had done, I could see from the deck. Well, I could see that I could see, which was really amazing because I sit here on the deck and I can see as far as um, my little wildflower garden, but beyond that, it was just thick woods. Could not really see anything beyond that except just woods and more woods and more woods. Could not see through the trees, nada. Okay. So I'm sitting here and I'm realizing that, oh my God, like I can actually see past the saw palmettos. I actually see ground. I can actually see the bottoms of some trees that are out there. And I get up and I go take myself a walk to see what I can see. And it was magical, like just magical. Like with all the, and this is just right here in front of me. Now we have an entire area here in front of me from the kind of the driveway all the way over to the entranceway, what I'm calling the entranceway toward the moon circle that we're building out there. But there's a whole area there that we agreed that that she would start out by clearing that first so that voila, I could finally start to see something and be a little less fearful about all the woods where I couldn't see anything. Anyhow, I got up, took a walk, and was blown away by all that she had done. Now, she did take, I believe, one load to the dump. Um, Since I don't live within the city, I'm an unincorporated part of the city here. I do not have trash pickup. I pay for garbage pickup and recycling pickup, but I don't have municipal pickup of any sort. So things have to be hauled away. So she hauled off one group of trees that she had chainsawed down and gotten into her truck. And now what we have is we have a whole bunch more that are there as she kept working throughout the day. And when you go look at it, it's like I can see into the woods now. Yeah, isn't that amazing? To me it is. It is amazing. Like, and there's tons of beautiful trees out there. It's just been so overgrown that you really couldn't see much of it. And with all the dead trees kind of in the way, it was hard to see. So that was one heck of a day. Um, a ton got handled and done. And the next day it was pouring rain again. And Tori came inside and she proceeded to start drawing out her vision after talking to me, like her vision of the pathway into where I'm going to put the moon circle and the opening of the moon circle. So that was really amazing. And I have that beginning drawing that she did now hanging on my wall because I'm so blown away and inspired by, when you start getting things out of your head and onto paper, they're no longer abstract. Now they start taking on an in reality for themselves. So that is now. That is now beginning to at least happen conceptually and on paper. Um, and then there was the point in time where Tori headed back home, and she will be back again later on today, and she has a little help coming with her so that she can finish up the shelving in the storage shipping container. She's got some help that's gonna uh, help her finish that sawing and get those shelves finished, which will be great because then that's when I can start getting stuff off the ground and onto shelving in there. And that'll be the first time I've been able to do that. On one side of the container, I do have shelving where I have all my tools and stuff. This other side is other things that are stored in there besides the tools. So there's gardening stuff, there's some of my personal stuff, which um, some of that will go into the shed when the shed's delivered. But nevertheless, I'm just continuing to organize and clean things up and to give her a space in that shipping storage container where she can work some. If it is raining, she can do some of the things like she wants to build a a wood a wood stand to get wood up off the ground and let it dry out, tarp it so that we have wood to use from anything that we that we do salvage that we've cut down on the property. So there's that happening. And like I said, all of it was just so exciting to me. I have I can only imagine by the time she takes this piece out and takes it all as deep as she has taken what she's already done, like how I will now be able to see all the way into at least kind of like this eighth of the woods. Gives me a whole new perspective. It's very exciting. And the next thing she's going to be up to is she's going to then move across to the other side of the road, and she is going to um, clear out this other area that is between the house and the big garden so that we get all the dead cleared out of there and start making pathways through there. So then I will literally be able to see from here to the big garden, and we can start creating some other things over here. So all pretty exciting, and we keep going. And so what's some other things that happened this week, Kim? There's a lot of things that have to do with um, I've still just kind of just moved here, right? Like we're going into um, the end of month 8 at 31 weeks. Um, but the winter was a little bit of a bust, and then the first part of the summer was just figuring out how to start dealing with the summer and beginning to get things planted, like beginning to get all the gardens planted for the first time and that kind of stuff. Which, of course, you guys know I'm still learning everything. Soon it will be time to start moving some of the summer stuff out, putting cover crops in some of the beds, getting things ready for fall planting, basically. So that will be coming with help from Lauren and from Tori, um, to be able to move that forward. Tori is going to probably focus much more on continuing to clear things, and Lauren at some point in time will be able to come here, and she and I can continue to plot the gardens, so to speak. So that will be happening. But then there's other things. For example, um, well, simple things. I needed to vote. I am one of those people that I get a mail-in ballot, and then I take it in its little sealed envelope and I drop it off uh, at the election office in their designated indoor designated box there. So I get to see it go right into that box. I'm therefore not concerned about it getting from my mailbox to there. Who knows? But that needed to happen, and I took my first visit to the election office in this county, which was, you know, kind of kind of fun. I am a voter. I do vote, And it was kind of fun seeing the official election building since this was my first time. These are crazy things, but they're all things that have to do with changing my whole life from where I was and what I was doing to where I am now and what I'm now doing. The other exciting thing had to do with Gracie. Yes, with Gracie. Oh, you heard. How interesting that you heard. Yes, yes, I'm going to talk about you now. Okay, I'll rub your belly while I talk about you. Yes, I will. It's okay. So, I guess it was sometime around February that I started looking for a local vet, and I found a vet, and she is a holistic vet. As a matter of fact, um, very holistic. I believe she has studied acupuncture, but she is not a push a whole bunch of drugs on your animal kind of vet, which I really love because I don't do that to myself and I don't want to do that to my creatures. I want them to have whatever is necessary for them to be okay. But I don't really believe in 5,000 things going into their body constantly and, that kind of thing. I'll leave it at that. Um, so the problem was when I found her back in February, there was a waiting list. That's right. So guess what? I called this week and I was able to get an appointment. And not only that, but I have an appointment for this coming week to meet the new vet, have Gracie be able to meet the new vet. Both of us see if that's the vet for us. Um, I think so. The way things look by paper or by reading, it sounds like that we have a new vet, and then we get to just come feel it out this week on Tuesday. So that is very exciting because that way I know if anything happens to this darling that she will be okay. I also get to talk to the vet about Tigra because Tigra is not exactly, I'm not exactly going to just pick her up and put her in the passenger seat and take her to the vet. You guys know that she was a feral rescue. She is very scared. I would have to drug her to even get her out of the house. I have no real interest in doing that to her. So I will talk to the vet about her and just see what the vet thinks about next steps and how we take how we take care of her without her having to travel. We'll find all this out as we go. But all these things are things that have to do with me continuing to figure out very simple things. It started with where's the grocery stores and where are the hardware stores, and now we're kind of moving on into our personal stuff. Where is the dentist and where is the vet? And now I need to go find myself a primary doctor. Once again, I kind of see the whole Western medicine thing. I kind of see it like I probably need that primary doctor in case I ever need anything. But everything kind of fits more in a I will need something in some catastrophic way versus I am necessarily the person who runs to a doctor a lot because I don't. And so far, knock on wood, yes, I am incredibly healthy, and all of my natural ways of dealing things have served me really, really well up through this point of being um, you know a few months away from 69 years old. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I just putting the people in place in case. is how that plays out for me. So, what's coming up, you ask, Kim? Well, as you know already, Tori will be coming back and we'll be moving into a new week here and we'll get to see what happens. I will be as surprised as you are about anything anything that happens because um, you know how this plays is that I sit here and I work with my clients on the phone, and Tori is out there making magic in nature. And we'll have more news next week when I talk to you about Gracie and her new friend, the vet. So between now and then, Gracie and I, we send you freedom for yourself and your life and peacefulness for yourself and your life. I wish I could just take all of this and put it in a little bottle and send it to you so that you could just experience Freedom Acres with all of its peacefulness. But I'll send it to you this way. I'll beam it in your direction, and you feel free to collect that. We are still in Lionsgate, by the way, for those of you that are familiar with that. The peak was yesterday, August 8th, and that continues until the 12th when we have another eclipse. So it's a very powerful moment energetically, universally. So, you know, I'll beam things to you. You feel free to receive them. And then, of course, the other thing that Gracie and I send you is love. We send you love, 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 love. Yes, love, right? Love, love, love. Yep, for yourself and your life. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being around with this little game that we play called Our Life at Freedom Acres. Um, you know, the vision is happening. Like it is happening. A community will be here. Things will form as the universe dictates the time for that, everything happening in its own time. And I appreciate you being here with us while things happen from week to week. So we oh, we'll be back next week. We'll be back. And until then, take care from Freedom Makers. Bye.